Hey YouTube, nogrules here, and basically I was a little bit bored, so I thought I'd show off my import collection that I have so far. So to start it off, I have the Japanese Virtual Boy. Now as far as I can tell, there's no difference between the Japanese Virtual Boy and the American Virtual Boy. It just so happened to be the one that I found, and it was an awesome price, so I picked it up. The Japanese one can play American games or Japanese games and vice versa. So I have a bunch of the games that came with it, plus some that I bought over the last little while. And basically it works awesome. I have the AC adapter as well as the battery pack, so I can take it with me. It's actually a really fun system. It's one of my favorites. So to show off some of the games that go with it, I have the golf game. It's in Japanese, but it's complete. I have the instructions as well as the game itself, and it works awesome. It plays good if you like your golf in red and black. I also have Vertical Force, fully boxed. It has the instructions as well in there, which is pretty cool. It's all in Japanese though. And then the game, of course, which is in mint shape. Vertical Force is a really fun one. It's kind of like a Space Age 1942 type game where you can go up and down on the different planes and shoot everything, which is cool. Then I have the Japanese Telero Boxer. This game is really super fun. It's a first-person boxing game. I have the manual as well, but it is super hard. I'm having a hell of a time with it. There's the cartridge there. That game's really awesome. I have this one as well. I believe this one's called Zone Alarm or Red Alarm, but I have the Japanese version, so of course I can't read it. And this one's kind of like a Star Fox game, but like I have the instructions and the be careful manual, like don't electrocute yourself and warning, and have that game as well. It's pretty fun. Sometimes it can get a little bit confusing with the wireframes, but other than that, it's pretty cool. This one is one of my favorites. I think it's called Panic Bomber. I don't have the box or anything, but it works just fine, and it's a kind of Dr. Mario type game where you gotta line up the different characters and then you blow the other guy up, and you're always playing against the computer. I don't know if there's like just a solo like endless mode, because all the menus are Japanese, so I get a little bit lost while navigating through them, but when I do get the game rolling, it's a lot of fun. Then I also have some Super Famicom games. I have this one. It's called Sexy Table Games, and it is a horrible game. It's a bunch of like old folk Japanese basically table games, so I don't know how to play any of them, and because I can't read Japanese, I also don't know how they explain it or anything like that either. I have this game here, which is called Taste is Apple Tart by Konami. It's kind of a neat game if you can fudge your way through it. It's completely boxed as well, so we'll just open that up. And this one also has big, huge instruction booklet. But if you see, like, it has like the different characters in the game and write-ups in that, which is pretty neat. As far as I can tell, I think it's a dating sim, but again, I can't really tell how to play it. So I just got it off a guy downtown, so I mean the box was mint and it was next to nothing, so I figured I'd pick it up anyways. And then I have one of my favorites, Super Mario RPG on the Super Famicom. Now, the thing that's really cool about this is I own the Super Nintendo version, and the thing that I thought was kind of neat was the art on it itself. So I'll just take it out there. So you have the art. I'll grab the Super Nintendo version so you can see the difference. Alright, I'm back. So here's the Super Nintendo version versus the Super Famicom version. So I thought it was kind of neat how the two have completely different art. But if you look at the pins on a Super Nintendo game and a Super Famicom game, they're identical in every way. So if you want to play Super Famicom games on a Super Nintendo, you really just have to grab a pair of needle nose pliers and bust off the tabs out of the back, and then you can play Super Famicom on your Super Nintendo. And then my last import game that I have is this one here, which is Super Mario 4, which is a remake of the Rock and Roll Armadillo, which only came out for the Famicom. And I thought it was pretty cool because what it is it's that Rock and Roll Armadillo redone with Mario sprites in it. And it's actually a pretty fun game. It's almost like if you were to take Mario and cross it with Metroid, how you can roll into a ball and attack enemies and stuff. Now the way I play this game is I don't have a Famicom, but I have one of the honeybee converters. So you basically just drop your game on and throw it in your Nintendo and it works like a charm. So if you have any questions on my imports or want to see more in depth or want to see some game footage from any of the games, let me know and I can post that up right away. I do have a capture card, so it's easy as pie for me. Any questions or anything, drop me a line. And until next time, I'm nogrules. Take it easy.